are so important that they are considered to be like the ministers of work in a government. Yeah. Daoism and Chinese medicine always associate the organs like the government, and the kidneys are the ministers of work. They control the bones, the marrow, the brain, and the teeth. Okay? So if you want to stimulate the bones, you can tap with your teeth. That's one of the things that we are going to learn. Less appointments in the dental office. The kidneys intervenes in the blood production. So the kidneys are very important to produce the blood, because to produce the blood you need to go to the ADN, I don't know how is it called in English, ADN, DNA, and you need to go to the mother cells. Together with the suprarrenals and gonads, they control sexuality, pregnancy, and procreation. The essence to do babies comes from the kidneys. The essence to reproduce comes from the kidneys. The essence to transform your old body into new body comes from the kidneys. Okay? They control the teeth and the lower orifices. So they control the ears. Okay? The windows of the kidneys are the ears. So when the energy of the kidneys is weak, your audible capacities tend to decrease. That's why from a certain age on, people start to hear poor and poorly, and sing poorly and poorly. So each time you enhance the energy of the kidneys, each time that you engage yourself into silence, into tranquility, you are enhancing the energy of the kidneys and of the ears. If you massage the ears, we are also going to learn that if you massage the ears, you are massaging the entire body. If you are massaging your ears, you are strengthening your kidneys. You are eating up your body and saving energy from the kidneys of doing that work. Okay? The kidneys control the lower orifices. When the energy of the kidneys is not proper, it's not enough, it's not strengthened, you lose control of the lower orifices, because the lower orifices are controlled by the kidneys, the anus, the vagina, and the penis. Also, fortifying those muscles, those orifices, you are spending energy, sparing energy of the kidneys. Okay? That's why I advise in consultation to men when they are peeing to stop the urine flux and to raise the heels. That way you will strengthen the lower orifices, and then you stop and you continue. Okay? Very simple things to do, and that you can do in your daily basis. So the urinary bladder. Okay, urinary bladder. The urinary bladder, it has many names in Daoism. It's called the palace of the Qi. Okay? The urinary bladder is where the most part of the liquids are purified and transformed. The pure parts go up and the impure parts go down. The palace of the water, the sea of jade, are also known as common fire. There are three fires within our body. There is the emperor fire associated with the heart. There are the minister fire associated with the kidneys. And there is the common fire associated with the bladder. Okay? It stores urine and it disperses the urine to the outside. Okay? So to have a rest, and because we covered the most part of things, Now I propose you to get up. Let's do some breathing and some exercises. That way, when I teach you the exercises for the kidneys and the urinary bladder, it will be more easy to recognize them. And we'll also end with sitting posture, with tapping on our teeth. Okay? The matrix that is present in almost, because there's nothing in totality, in almost every Qi Gong exercises is that you want to relax. Okay? And you want to move from down to up, and you want to relax from down to up. What do I mean with this? You move yourself, legs, arms, head, and you relax, legs, arms, head. That way you use the ground to activate your energy, and you use the ground to catch you, because we still are compromised with gravity. We still are compromised. Someday we will not be. Maybe in Mars or on the moon, the dark side of the moon. So, pulling down the heavens, legs, arms, and head. And relaxing, legs, arms, and head. More hints. Legs up, arms up. Shift your palms, head up. And relax. Legs, arms, head. Although we are not aware of it, even when we want to turn our head to the left side, all the body moves. And with Qigong we try to mimic, to enhance, to potentialize that movement, the natural movement. So with pulling down the heavens, you inhale and you exhale. Because we want you to be relaxed, you start the movement inhaling. But if you need to inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale several times, you do it, because you need to respect yourself. And the lowering movement, you start to exhale. If you need to inhale, exhale several times, you can do it. So raise your legs, raise your arms, relax your shoulders, raise your head, and then relax on the same manner, exhaling. Because the eyes control the mind and the mind leads the Qi, you raise your eyesight to raise the energy. And you lower your eyesight to lower the energy. And you look into the ground because you want to clean, purge, purify yourself into the ground. Not just into the shoes, into the floor, but into the ground. Okay? When you go up, you are pulling earthly energy through your palms into your dantian. When you are raising the hands, you are pulling into the palms the heavenly energy into your dantian. And when you go down, you purge and clean yourself down into the earth. Okay? The movement for the kidneys, reverence to the three Buddhas, You move and tilt your weight to the front, just the balls of the feet, smooth, just a tilt. Then you join your hands. And without raising your shoulders, you stretch. You can stretch the belly, the chest, and the face. But you grow up and grow down. And then you relax. Now we are going to go down to the floor. But the most important thing that should be kept aware is that you apart a little bit the tips of the toes, because you want to lower your weight if you can manage to one of two things or two of two things. The knees continue in line with your feet and the feet are in touch with the ground. If you start to lose the direction of your knees, you stop. If you start to raise your heels, you stop. Because the most important thing right now is that you close yourself to the front and you expand your back and you close yourself, stretching the back. After each recollection comes an expansion. So now you start to stretch your legs from behind. And then tuck your butt under and expand like a seed. And because you want to maintain the energy in your kidneys, you open your chest and you press down. You want to maintain your energy around this area. You want to maintain the energy around your kidneys. And then you relax by retrieving the same posture with your feet and hands. Okay, just have a look. Just have a look with your eyes, arms, head. Stretch. And relax. Relax even more. Legs, arms, head, closure, shutting, and starting. You don't need to go like I go down. You go comfortably as you can. And then behind, stretch, unwrap, and press. Maintain the energy in the kidneys. And then the ultimate relaxation. So the channel of the kidneys start in the sole of your feet and come from within. Round the genitals and end in the clavicles. That's why you bring the energy from down to up and to the center. To the center. And then you stretch this part to bring the energy of the kidneys upstream. And then shut like a seed. Imagine yourself within the earth, gathering, 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 gathering. Hibernation. And then sprouting, full of strength from the ground up, without losing contact of your roots. And relax. Let's try it. Head. Don't raise your elbows, just stretch. Yes. Open your belly, your abdomen, your chest, your clavicles, and relax. Come to the middle. little bit the tips of your feet and go down. Meanwhile, you can handle the direction of the knees with the feet and the heels on the ground. If you need to stop here, I've been having problems with my back, and sometimes I stop here. Whenever is your limit, you stop and you go within. Stretch your back. You close the inside of the body, that is the front, and you close yourself. And then you relax and start to stretch your buttocks up and your legs and your leg strings or hamstrings. And then it's then when you start to unfold and sprout like a seed, maintaining the energy, kidney level, and relax. Any doubts? Beautiful. The three Buddhas, because you pay reverence to the Buddha of the heavens. And you pay reverence to the Buddha of humanity. Relax the shoulders. Humanity is heavy, I know, but relax the shoulders. And then you pay reverence to the Buddha of the earth. Earth. Closed. Dark. And then is when you press the ground with your feet, with your ankles, with your legs, with your knees, with your thighs, hips, and gather enough strength to sprout and later on to grow. Okay? Sounds good? Of course, when you have back pain or when you have problems, maybe the span of the movement is not so big within the expansive part and the close and tight part, but the main goal is that you listen to your body and try to move within your limits of the day. Not, oh, when I was 20, I do like this. Now I'm 60 and I want to continue to do like when I was 20. Okay, next exercise. Temple for the bladder. Legs, arms, head. Legs, arms, head. Now bend. Bend a little bit your knees because the thing is not to gain flexibility from the legs. It's from the hips that it's the difficulty. And now you rest and bend the legs and you just raise up nice and smoothly, scooping, tucking the butt under, scooping with the spine. Don't raise your shoulders, just relax and open the chest and head. Buddha holds the temple. So it's very easy to memorize because Buddha holds the temple like this. And then comes the part that almost nobody likes, that it's bent from the hips. It's one of the biggest and widest exercise that you can do to keep yourself healthy. This bend, this movement of stretching, although it's difficult, it's very good to keep you
young and healthy. Important, before you raise up, you bend the knees, you press with your legs, and you scoop. The head will be the last one to come up. Legs, arms, head. Okay? When we want to do this bend over, just look, we tend to use it with our legs stretched, and we tend to do like this. It is perfect in the beginning, but then comes the tightness and you lose what is important. That is the spine. You tend to do this. So I want to be and reach the floor, and I can do it, but I lose track of my spine. So my proposal for you is that you bend over with a little bit of bend in the knees. That way it will be more easy for you to bend from the hips and from the pelvis. Okay? Don't stretch here, stretch here. That way you can relax more easily. And to protect the lumbar area, relax the legs, press before you raise up. The head is the last one. Don't look towards me, the head is the last one. And then you scoop, you scoop, you scoop, you scoop. Okay? Let's try again. Raise legs, raise arms, raise hands. Buddha holds the temple. Try to press the ceiling with your hands and then relax. Legs, shoulders, and palms of the hands. Okay? Now with the bended knees, stretch. You don't need to touch the floor. You don't need to reach anywhere else than yourself. And then when you want to raise up, you bend the knees a little bit more and you press with your feet, with your ankles, with your legs and knees, with your thighs and hips. You connect the pelvis, you connect the chest, and you connect the head. The bladder channel raises to the surface from the inner canthus of the eyes. It comes through the hemispheres of the brains and it goes apart to both sides of the spine. They gather again behind the knee, and from there they lower and they end in the pinky one of the foot, the pinky toe. Okay? That's why if the urinator bladder channel is behind you, is the Tai Yang, is the biggest yang, you want to bend to stretch. To stretch, to stretch. To bend properly, relax the knees and try to bend from here, like you were on the balcony of your house and you bend from here. This is the most difficult part. This is where are the most tight muscles beneath the buttocks. So you bend the knees to try to stretch, and you will be activating the back part of your body. You feel that, don't you? And then to raise up, you bend the knees, you press with the lower part of your body, and you scoop with the higher part of your body. If you need to put your hair in the proper place, or the teacher in the proper place, or something in the proper place, first go up and then smooth your hair and put your t-shirt in the right place. Don't do it before that, okay? Because if not, you are putting movements where they are not movements. Any doubts about this exercise? Buddha holds the temple. Any doubts about the other exercise? Reference to the 3 Buddhas.
Do you have videos?
Not yet. There will be videos someday.
YouTube videos.
Let's sit and let's tap with your teeth. Are you ready, mobile phone? When we sit, the most important thing is that the knees are lower than the hips. Biomechanically speaking, that's why Daoist doesn't concern too much about sitting lotus, half a lotus on the ground. The most important thing is that the knees are lower than the hips. Okay? So the teeth are like the, how is it called here in the United States? The fusels of the electricity? Fuse. Sometimes the teeth are having issues because the organ that is connected with that particular teeth is not doing well. So the teeth, globally speaking, are the extension of the bones and has to be with the kidneys, energy. But each tooth or teeth has a correspondence with the organs. So in your image, the last image of that sheet of paper, it's black and white, but I can show you the frontal teeth has relations with water element, kidneys and urinary bladder. Then comes the canine. Wood, aggressivity. Okay? Defend your grounds, defend your limits. I'm here. This is mine. Okay? Wider, the maybe premolar. The premolar have to be with the metal energy. Lungs and large intestine. Okay? The bottom. And then the first ones that normally have issues and fall. The molar. They have to have the relation with the earth element. Spleen, pancreas and stomach. And finally, the tooth that have relationship with the fire is the last ones. How do you call it? Wisdom tooth. There goes the wisdom.
Can I have a question?
Yes, of course.
So, in the West, it's kind of noticed that the wisdom tooth being taken out, especially recommended during the teenage time frame. Have you noticed in your experience how that potentially could affect any human being when it's the wisdom teeth taking out in purpose rather than with the issue?
Rather than just when in need.
Yeah.
I don't have too much experience about that. I have the experience of
I lost one of those tooths, upper left tooth, because it grew sideways. It was a very good experience because I prepared myself with the homeopathy for 3 weeks prior, and then it came out very easily, no problems. What I can think about this issue is that you should ask for several opinions, at least a second opinion, and see if it is necessary to take out that tooth. Okay? Because sometimes we do things just because one professional said so. You know what I mean? This holistic dental doctor that I work with, first of all, she wants a X-ray of all the ash of the teeth, okay? And then she does the diagnose. And because she correlates each tooth with the other organs, we work together. That way I can enhance and balance the organs before she even treats the teeth. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. When you tap into your teeth, you are fortifying your teeth, you are fortifying your bones, and you are also regulating the water element between the kidney and urinative bladder. Okay? The first part is clean the mouth, the dental cavity. So, although there's a time that says to spit out, you please don't spit out. Here, tomorrow in your house you can do that. Okay? Because one of the major Daoist practices is sipping the saliva. The saliva is very precious. But if you do this when you wake up, you should not swallow that saliva, because it is a saliva that was kept inside your mouth for all night long. And normally it has impurities. That's why in Ayurvedic medicine they put sesame oil and they scrap the tongue to get out of that old saliva. So, first we are going with the tip of our tongue to go around the teeth. First inside and then outside, okay? Normally we go first clockwise. So imagine that you have a clock inside your mouth, and with the tip of your tongue you go 9 times each side. And then you switch directions. At this moment you could spit, or you can go to the outer side of the teeth. Again, 9 times clockwise and then counterclockwise, but now outside of the teeth. Switch. Okay, and then spit. When this saliva is out, the next saliva is called the elixir of longevity. Okay? It's very productive if you produce, clean and manage your saliva and swallow it. Okay? Mindfully each time. Okay? You can breathe for several times and relax, because this was just the prep. Okay, now we are going to tap. The idea is not clench, is to tap slightly.
We instinctively do this when
Cold.
we are cold, because the kidneys are the organs that eaten up the body. So instinctively you do this to bring the energy within and from within out. Okay? You can also do this when you want to keep yourself up and quiet and
Awake.
alert when you feel sleepy and wanting to go to bed. Imagine that you are driving and you start tapping.
Doesn't also we do this when we are afraid?
Maybe. When we are young and afraid, we tend. No, when we are afraid, we tend to put our weight on the sides of the feet. And when we are young and afraid, we tend to put our weight on the sides of the feet and lose our ability to hold the liquids, and we pee ourselves.
It's true.
Now that we are grown adults, we don't pee, we run to the toilet. But the tendency is that when you are afraid, you put more weight on the ends of the bladder channels energy. Okay?
Thank you.
Okay, let's tap with the premolar. You will tap with all your teeth, but you will vision and you will mindfully bring your attention to the premolar, okay? 36 times. Nice and smooth. Feel. Again, you will tap softly with the molar teeth, and you bring more attention backward. Now, with the incisors, I do it one side and then the other. For me, it's easier that way. I don't know if you can do it, the four of them all together, but normally I do. The other side. And relax. And then frontal teeth. And relax. Bite. Because we are not used to it, it's very easy for you to try to tap
with some particular teeth and not being able to do so, but you lead your mind into it. Okay? The mind leads the Qi. And if you lead the Qi to those places of your body that you normally don't lead your energy, your attention, you will lead more energy and more life into those places. Our body is like a house. We have big houses with lots of stuffs. Not Margaret. Margaret lives in a tiny house.
With a lot of stuff.
So she was forced to declutter. But we want bigger houses to gather more stuff.
No.
And you know that part of the house that you put stuff into it? It's the last one that you show to the visitors. And it's the last one that you go there. So it has more webs, it has more dust, it has more forgotten items that are stored there. Life doesn't happen the same way in that side of the house than in your bedroom or in your kitchen. Okay? And we tend to forget parts of our body, and then garbage, toxins, waste tend to gather in those places, because life is awareness, and life wants to bring awareness to those places. So now let's inflate the teeth. Okay, now let's inflate the cheeks. Okay, one more time. Now let's inflate the cheeks to produce saliva. Okay, how do you do it? You put the tongue on the upper part of your palate and you start to play with your cheeks. Most part of these exercises are playful exercises, is to laugh. And now you, clockwise, press with the tip of the tongue on your cheeks. And then counterclockwise. That way you stimulate the root of the tongue, the hard palate, inflate again to produce more saliva and to activate the saliva, like oxygenating the saliva. So you produce saliva, you stimulated the inner part of your mouth, and you activate the saliva, and now the saliva is ready to be swollen. I don't know, but normally I just do it in one sip, but they teaches us to do in 3 sips. I don't know where they get so much saliva. I'm practicing. So although your notes doesn't say so, you put your chin a little bit inward to stretch the cervical area, and you swallow the saliva. And again, you follow the saliva with your mind, with the eye of your mind, into the dantian. That saliva is worth more than $10,000. Lead the saliva to your kidneys. if you enjoy the process, we can do it again. Inside the mouth, clockwise, with the tongue, hard palate, gums, root of the tongue. Counterclockwise. The cheeks. Chin and neck. Lead the saliva to the kidneys. Smile and rest. The saliva is one of the best mouth washers that you can use. If your pH, the pH, is it called this way? If the pH of your body is good and the pH of your saliva is good, it's the best thing. The worst thing is sugar. The worst thing is sugar. The first time that I teach these exercises was to a young girl, although she was very young, I cannot remember her age, maybe 27 or 29. She already had 3 kids and she wanted four more kids. Her email, although she is Portuguese, her email was happy family, everything is fit. So she wanted 7 children. She had 3, she wanted more 4, she wanted 7, and she had poor teeth. She had poor teeth, and with lots of, how do you call it here? Cavities? Cavities. She came because of the teeth. Yeah, she main concern was because of the teeth. And I did several treatments, and I teach these exercises to her, and I try to balance the diet so that way the pH of the saliva was better enough to protect the teeth. But I also told her that the teeth has to be with the kidneys, and in the woman, when she's pregnant, the kidneys and the spleen are the organs that are most demanded to manufacture the fetus, the next body for the soul to come. So I advised her, I told her that if she would continue to have more children, she would need more extra care with the kidneys. And back in the old days in Europe, when the woman had the baby, she would need to drink the porridge of 7 chickens. Yes, bone broth. You know, we are going to talk about that in the afternoon and tomorrow. how do you call it? Broth of
Broth.
the chicken.
Chicken broth.
3-4 hours cooking, low fire, to get out all the estrogens, all the proteins, all the marrow from the bones, to balance again the levels of essence of the women. Because when even women go give birth, they spend many energy and the essence decreases. Back in the old days, our grandmothers and great-grandmothers had 7, 10, 12 children, no problem, and still with the hair black. But now we are copies from copies, you know. Imagine that you pick up the booklet that I gave you today and you take a copy of a copy and copy of a copy and copy of a copy. Our essence is becoming like that, very superficial. So I advise her, each time that she had more children, she would need to make those porridges, those, how do you call it? Broths
Broth.
made of chicken and with long and slow cooking.
Not the rooster.
Not the rooster. Not the rooster. I heard you. I heard you thinking about the rooster. Not the rooster. We want the chicken because the chicken has more estrogens.
No, because chicken
Proteins.
doesn't give eggs.
Huh?
Because because roosters don't bear eggs.
They bear them in a different way. No, it has to be chicken. It has to be chicken. So, any doubts from the first part of the lecture? Daoist cosmology.
Questions? This is great time to.
I have a question.
Please do.
So for men, do you recommend beef broth?
If I recommend
Beef bone broth.
beef bone broth, yes. In winter time, yes. Yes. You can do also from birds, but prefer the rooster than the chicken. Or you do chicken, but you put spices and things to yang it up. We'll talk about that.
Because I've been avoiding beef products for karmic, emotional karmic reasons,
Mhm.
but I'm wondering if I'm following my goal. Right?
I also prefer to be a veggie
Yes.
man, a veggie human being, and I strongly believe that your belief system is above all that. The spirit is above all that. And I really think that I'm going to die. So if I believe that I should eat veggies, why should I eat meat oftenly? I will die. I will have my deficiencies in my blood if I eat meat or if I eat veggies. You understand? And the body can produce things that it needs. But if you don't eat once a week in winter time. Or you can go to the butcher and you buy some bones with marrow, with the inner part black with marrow, and you make broths with bones.
Like if we move, doesn't mean that we're also moving energy with the movement.
Yes. Yes.
Can you repeat the question?
You're always moving energy when you move. When you move too much, you lose energy. Because it's a law from physics that maybe I cannot translate properly, but when the body is on the move, it loses weight and mass. So maybe in winter it's proper that you move more slow, that you don't expand too much your movements in bodily terms or even in position. Don't travel so much, don't go faster so much, move slow and close. You understand? Does this answer your question?
Yeah, I think I have another question I'll answer later.
Go for it.
Well, I think because lately I have been doing some movement, just like intuitively when I dance. So I wonder, I'm not intuitively know what those movements mean for me, like how I move the energy, but I'm intuitively guided to move. So I just have a question regarding that.
It's good. It's good. It's good to move. It's good to express. It's good to create from nothing, from a feeling, from an emotion, movement. It's a way to exteriorize that. About what you said, not regarding the dancing, but normally people that lack energy on the earth movement, spleen, pancreas and stomach, they are not used to sit. And when they need more of that energy of the spleen, pancreas and stomach, is when they are more restless. The typical example is the example of the mother that gets up several times during the meal to do things. Mama, the bread. Mama, the napkin. Mama, you know, mama or the honey. So the energy is not settled. The energy of the earth that has to be with rooting and staying in equanimity, it's lacking. You understand? So the way you move, it's a manifestation of the way you think and the way you are built. You know? Mental formations. Yeah. But about experience and expressing yourself through movement, that is very positive and good way. Because you are externalizing things that you feel, that you think, and that you have inside yourself. We can talk later about that. And almost in winter, and because everything is born from the void, it's important to do nothing. In Italian,
Sweetness of doing nothing.
the sweetness of doing nothing, dolce far niente. Thank you for the nyams. So is in that void that something new can happen. Imagine you have your schedule all tied up from 10 to 12, from 11 to 10, until you go to bed. If you don't have time, if you don't have spare time, nothing new can happen. Because you go from one appointment to the other running. When something happens new, flat tire.
So when you say doing nothing, but you still be doing something like sleep, eat, and then anything is doing nothing.
Yeah, Jen. Doing nothing is doing nothing for the outside, for others, for the job, for the family, for the community, for the world, social media, outside, doing for you, for yourself. And we forgot about that. We tend to forget about that. That's why when the energy, when the energy it's tired, is worn off, we need to retract. The problem is that we tend to expand when we are young, and we expand so much, then we are forced to contract. We are forced to go within. And because we didn't do it during all life, we get frustrated when life brings brings you in, you know. I wanted to go on vacations and I broke my arm. I wanted to buy this and I don't have money. Because, you know, when people, I have seen this on the clinic, when people are workaholic, when people don't have time for themselves, they normally get sick, injured and trauma when they are on weekends, holidays, on vacations. Because normally they don't allow themselves to have time. No, I cannot on Monday. No, I cannot. And we are doing a world where we do like this. I don't know here, but in Portugal, when the birth is scheduled, I want to give birth to my son in Friday. That way I have Friday, Saturday, Monday, and Sunday. So it will work for some decades. It will not work forever. You know? So the idea, the proposal that I give to you is that you try to expand and retract, not just once in life, but all year. Spring, summer, autumn, winter. Even during the day. Morning, noon, afternoon, night. Okay? If, before I forgot this, what is happening to the lack of yin? We go to bed too late. This is midnight, below. This is noon, high. We expand from midnight to noon, and we should retract from noon to midnight. If you go to bed not after, not before midnight, but after, although you are sleeping, you are already expanding. So you will never contract. It is very important to sleep before midnight. Is when you gather yin qi. It's when the body reconstructs itself. It's when the liver produces many amino acids and substances that will regenerate you and your mind. Okay? So yang, yin, active, passive. Okay? So if you go to bed before midnight, you are gathering yin energy. That's why ancient Daoist masters said that now in winter we should go to bed a little bit after the sun falls and just go up and wake up and going outside after the sun rises. Thank you very much. That's what I needed. That way, I ruined it already?
Yeah,
I tend to do things. I tend to ruin things.
It's a chopstick.
I tend to ruin things that are already ruined. I just point out the problem. So imagine you have lack of function in your organs. If you force those organs to be active during the night, you are expending the double of the energy. So imagine that you have bad digestions. Naturally, the body has more functions during the day and less during the night. That's why it is important to have a good breakfast and lunch and avoid eating too much at supper and dinner time, because it will take more energy. Imagine that you have a pot. During the day, the pot is more hot. You will expend less wood to heaten up the pot and make the soup. That same pot, during the night, in the shadow, is more cold. You will need more wood to boil the soup and make the soup. pot is the stomach. The fire is the spleen. And the gas, the wood, is the kidneys. Again, the kidneys. The kidneys are the batteries. The kidneys are the saving account and daily account. It's better to spend money on the daily account and let the saving account more restful. So, the solar cycles, great yin, storing, sealing, silence, stillness, elimination. Humanity has a result of heaven and earth. Humanity is a result of earth and heaven. But humanity has become so strong that humanity is molding and shifting the earth. In the future, also heaven. Going to the moon, going to Mars, satellite, trash all over the planet, outside of the planet. So it is important to stay in tune with the forces. If you are in tune with the forces, you will recover more easily with the forces of nature. If you don't live with the laws of nature, you will need more chemists, more meds, more surgeries, more technology. Can you follow me? And we are not we are not cyborgs. I can function and operate without technology. Can I? I'm giving a lecture with my laptop, you know? I have lots of books. I have lots of information. I don't have any chip behind my ear, but I have a data disk in my house where I have all the books. You know, we are not cyborgs, but we already are cyborgs. So as long as you keep following the rhythms of nature, you will need more nature than technology. If you have a small headache and you take a pill, someday that pill will not function and you need 2 pills for the same headache. Scriptures. They always come in 3 books. 1, 2, 3. Scriptures. 4, 5. Okay. I skipped this part. We have 3 main centers of energy. Jing, Qi, Shen. Shen regards to the mind. Shen regards to the spirit. Shen regards to those capacities of seeing and construction reality from our mindset. Okay? This pencil, pen, or what?
The chopstick.
This chopstick first was invented in someone's mind. Then it was made by the hands of someone. And then it came to your hand. So things first happened in the realm of spirit, and then in the realm of energy, and then in the realm of matter. So this next season of the winter is all about matter. It's all about focusing the energy on the matter, on silence, on quietness, on quiescent state, to let the mind and the spirit drop into yourself, into within. That's why we associate the Jing
with the instinct, with the biology, with evolution, with essence. Okay? Wu Ji, Tai Chi, Yin Yang, three pure ones or three Dantians, and those three origin the 5 movements or elements. Although this image is different, it's the same image of that one that I showed you, that it's my favorite one. This one, okay? Expansion, maturation, contraction, and emptiness. Okay? So the expansion, we attributed the wood element. When something cannot expand more, it will maturate. Flowers get born on trees. Some trees give birth of fruits. Okay? Then the fruits fall down and we can gather them in autumn, in late summer and autumn. And then the autumn gives birth to winter. We said that winter is associated with the water element. Okay, the stillness. The wood element, we have liver and gallbladder. The wood is expanding. The fire is associated with heart and small intestine. And the earth element is associated with spleen and pancreas, also stomach. And finally, the metal element is related with the lungs and large intestine. This is the cycle of creation that in a minute Aelita is going to expand more about these elements within our realm of our home. Because our home is a result of ourselves. Ourselves is a result of earth and heaven. Wood, liver, and gallbladder. You're welcome. So we say that water origins wood. Wood starts the fire. Fire nurtures the earth, and the earth gives birth to metal. Metal gives energy and nutrients to the water. So in this season of the winter, we should work on essence, on the organic fluids. Someone asked why we are eating the yams and also drinking the water. Because we need to cook more things with water. We spend too much fluids during the summer sweating, going to the beach, swimming, drinking, eating lots of barbecues. Now we need to put fluids with